This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Whether you're looking for that last card to complete your online deck or just to get the latest booster packs in town, they literally have everything. You can use the coupon code ZABLAZETCG to get 5% off your next order. Also, this video is sponsored by Cardmarket.com. Cardmarket is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can use the referral name ZABLAZETCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by YourPlaymat.com. This is a website to create your own custom playmat from scratch. You can upload your own unique design or your favorite wallpaper and then turn it into a beautiful playmat. There's a link down below to get 10% off your next order. Last but certainly not least is DragonShield.com. There are links down below for people from the US and people from Europe where you're going to be able to buy sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. And of course, Dragon Shield is the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. I recommend them for every tournament, so definitely check out the links, and it's going to help out support the channel so much. So thanks for sticking around with the commercials, and let's get this video started already. Peace! What's up YouTube, it's ZABLAZETCG here and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG content, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And if you like what you see, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button, as it is always super effective and I'm always super grateful if you would do so. Today we're going to be talking about rotation. That's right, rotation is a long time coming, right? Because we haven't had a rotation in August. Typically, rotations happen every single year during the period in August, and a couple of sets get rotated out of the standard format to make the standard format not too stale and a little bit more exciting. That is what a rotation is. We typically make these videos every single year, and people are always asking me, hey, ZABLAZETCG, what is going to be rotating? Well, the important factor here is that it's now very easy to just determine which cards are going to be rotating, and leaving the format is going to be the D block. In Japan, they're already rotating on the 20th of January with the release of Scarlet and Violet coming into the Japan format. We still have to wait until the 31st of March for us to get Scarlet and Violet Base set, which is a huge time that we still have to be playing the Luiga format, right? So that's going to be pretty interesting because there's still a lot of regionals that I'll be attending to, and there's going to be a lot of regionals in the US, there's going to be a lot of regionals in Europe, still with that same format without rotation. I don't know if the people from TCPI will rotate earlier before the Scarlet and Violet set comes out on the 31st of March. That is still not confirmed, but we already know that the D block will be getting removed from the standard format, and these are going to be the most impactful cards that we're going to be seeing go, to be honest. So hopefully you guys will enjoy this run through of the most impactful cards that we're losing here. As a little side note, not a lot of them are going to be too impactful. This is going to be a very easy rotation. We also got the news that Nazball will see a reprint, so don't worry about your setup. You have Nazballs, you have Ultra Ball. It's pretty much going to be the Sun and Moon format, right? And also Research got a reprint. There's still Balsazor, so we don't lose a lot of consistency. There's still Battle VIP Pass as well. And there's only going to be a couple of engines getting removed from standard format. And for instance, the Inteleon engine. And also I want to note here that there's also going to be a new rule change for Scarlet and Violet. And that's going to mean that all the tool cards get their own classification. That means a tool card is no longer an item card, which means if you get item locked, you can still play tools. If you use Pokestop, you cannot get stuff like the tool cards, because tool cards will no longer be item cards, if that makes any sense. But maybe I should do a full dedicated video about that. Let's talk about the cards that are going to be leaving the standard format very shortly, and at the earliest, and 2023. So we do see some VMAXs and V Pokemon altogether, not too impactful. There's Inteleon VMAX, did saw a little bit of French play, but is now completely overpowered. Same goes for Rillaboom, Cinderace, Charizard VMAX. All these VMAXs are actually irrelevant. Something like Alcremie VMAX did saw some niche plays with Shadow Rider, but Shadow Rider is not that good anymore. Same goes for Dragapult VMAX. Didn't see a lot of, that saw a lot of play during its heydays when Rebel Clash just got revealed, but now it got overclassed because slapping 130 damage is not cutting the job anymore. And there's Togekiss VMAX, saw a little bit of play, Pikachu VMAX, there's Duraludon V, so we still keep the single strike Duraludon VMAX, but the problem is that we lose the great Duraludon V that has the hard coding ability. There's Wailord V moving away from the format, and then the most impactful cards are a little bit bigger here. We have Eternatus VMAX, recently got top 4 at the Kyoto Champions League, so but other than that, like in the Western world, not a lot of people are playing Eternatus in the first place. So also before we continue, let me know your card that you're going to be missing the most from the D block that is rotating out of standard format. For me personally, it's going to be Crobat V. I'm a big fan of drawing cards, and Crobat V made it possible for a whole heap of decks. Oh, I have Quick Ball, that means I have Draw Power, you can Crobat, so the Dark Acid ability of Crobat V will be missed, even though we still have Lumineon to search a supporter, because the first turn supporter rule is still in place. Crobat V was way better than Lumineon, but maybe we'll have a new draw support Pokemon in the near future when the Scarlet and Violet base set gets officially revealed, so we don't know yet, but for now we're saying goodbye to Dark Acid Crobat V. Vikavolt V saw an increase in play ever since, of course, Regigigas VMAX came to the scene, even recently won the Warstar Regionals with the help of a Baby Mew engine and Palkia, so Turbo Vikavolt. Strong deck, item lock will be missed, not for a lot of people, because a lot of people hate or actually despise facing off against Vikavolt V, definitely if you're playing a Lost Stone box, so that is rotating, so goodbye Vikavolt. There's Zacian V, saw a huge amount of play ever since the release. Who remembers ADP Zacian? Most broken deck we've ever seen, and there's now saying goodbye to Zacian, even though Zacian doesn't see a lot of play as of late. Sableye V was nice with the crazy claw, slapping huge damage. A Lucario V could be missed for some people. Eldegoss V for the control players, as well as a Ditto V, which can transform into any basic V Pokemon from the discard pile. So in theory, from all these V Pokemon, the cards that will be missed most are highlighted in big: Eternatus, Vikavolt, Zacian, and Crobat. And for all that matter, like Vikavolt was a French tier 2 deck. Eternatus didn't see a lot of play over in the Western world. Zacian didn't even still play. So the most impactful V Pokemon that we're losing is Crobat V. Moving forward, talking about some regular Pokemon here. Chinchino with Make Do gets rotated out. Don't be afraid, we still have Kirlia here that is going to be able to do the exact same thing, and there's even a light part in the format allowing you to, of course, keep onto that Make Do ability to draw cards. So discard 1, draw 2. The Metapod that can evolve instantly gets rotated out. There's Dracozolt and Arctofish. Didn't see play at all, but they're here. The evolutions with the Memory Capsule shenanigans. We did see that the Jolteon with Memory Capsule at one point was very huge when Inteleon decks were everywhere. Altaria with the ability that cannot get attacked by V Pokemon is rotating out. Don't worry, we still have Miltank. The Lissapod for the Zoroark Toolbox deck. Electro, which can blow itself up and accelerate energies. These are also a fringe amount of play. Huge cards that I personally will be missed is Gormandai Snorlax for every control deck out there. This will be missed because drawing cards until you have 7 was such a strong ability, definitely when you're not attacking most of the time. Oranguru with Primate Wisdom will be rotated. It's Torch's favorite card in standard format as of late, so it will be missed. There's Galarian Wheezing, shutting down everything with the neutralizing gas, is going to get rotated. Frostmoth, Galarian Berserker, which allows you to slap 20 more damage. The niche Shedinja deck that nobody ever made it to the top tables with. There's Charizard, the Leon Charizard deck, always saw a way to be somewhat viable but not strong enough. There's Decidueye, don't worry, we still have Miltank. Galarian Zigzagoon, this is probably one of the cards I miss most from the classic Pokemon, even though I played Control a little bit during Worlds and stuff. Gormandai is going to be one I miss. Galarian Zigzagoon as well. I'm thinking like, how do we get additional damage output now that like Choice Belt only works for V Pokemon and EXs will get introduced to the scene in March. So we'll see what happens there. There's the Inteleon engine. I personally won't miss this. I despised playing up against Inteleon decks because Shady Dealings, they always have everything, right? It was super consistent. One of the best engines we've seen ever. And also the amazing rare Pokemon like Celebi, Zamazenta, Zacian won't be missed that often, but as well as Jirachi. But amazing rare Raikou, amazing rare Yveltal, and as well as amazing rare Raikou. These are actually Rayquaza, all decks that actually cards that worked out with the Lost Zone box as well as the Luiga VSTAR deck. But Luiga VSTAR deck will get huge amounts of decline in play because a lot of special energies will be getting removed from standard play. So very huge, of course, Seeing all the amazing rare ghosts doesn't matter too much, but in Lost Zone boxes they will be missed here. The Rayquaza did see some play, as well as the Raikou, and of course amazing rare Yveltal. That was the awesome thing, right? Amazing destruction, KOing anything in your path was just so much fun. Then for supporters, there's a lot of bad supporters that were printed during Sword and Shield all the way to Vivid Voltage. If I haven't made it clear, we will be rotating cards from the D block, which means Sword and Shield, Rebel Clash, Darkness Ablaze, Vivid Voltage, and Shining Fates. So say goodbye to all of those funky supporters that you saw there. Marnie is going to be the biggest thing that we're going to be losing. Although we still keep Judge because Judge saw a reprint, so not the biggest loss in the world things, as we still have access to like Serena, and most EX cards will be pretty bad when the initial release, so people will probably grab towards to like Serena, maybe 1 or 2 Judge, and then Research, if I'm not being mistaken here. Then a lot of cards like Gym Leader, Hop, Bea, Pokemon Center Lady, Pokemon Breeder Nurturing and stuff, like Poke Kid. These are all very bad cards. Let's just talk about the cards that did see a little bit of play during its lifespan. Leon for that additional, putting you over the edge damage output, 30 additional damage. There is a, let's see here, Bird Keeper is also a huge one. Definitely now seeing its introduction into like a lot of decks to, of course, utilize Comfies time and time again. It's like your 5th Colress, as to speak, because you can then switch, get another Comfy utilized. So Birdkeeper, Marnie, and Leon, these are the most impactful cards. Like Pierce saw a little bit of play here and there. All the rest of the cards didn't see play at all, so they won't be missed. Maybe Kabu if you're playing that funky deck that only requires 1 Pokemon in the active slot. So yeah, no, this is like the easiest rotation we've had, because like we're not going to be missing a lot of cards except for like Marnie. Say goodbye to Marnie Path, because you can still see more Judge Path though, so be careful. Moving forward to item cards. These actually are like, if you take a look at all the cards we're missing so far, like the most impactful ones like Gourmandize, the Inteleon engine, Crobat, like not too bad because there's still a lot of engines left. Fusion Strike System engine, we have access to other engines with the Comfy, so don't worry about those in the slightest. And now we have the item cards, which will be huge. Quick Ball, a huge card to get basics out. Luckily, we do get a Nest Ball reprint, but sometimes that synergy of discarding cards from the hand worked out miracles for the Quick Ball. We also see that Evolution Incense will be rotating. It was also an insta-playable card to search yourself for an evolution. Now we're gonna have to make do with like 4 Quick Ball, 4 Nest Ball for Ultra Ball. So not the best, the worst thing ever, right? Because we also have Battle VIP Pass. Big Parasol gets removed, but on the other sense, the card that it was used against most, for instance, stuff like Amazing Rare Yveltal, also gets rotated, so not too impactful, I would say. Big Charm could get yourself some additional HP, but not the most impactful card. The most impactful card I see here on the screen right now is Scoop Up Net. Scoop Up Net was in almost every tier 1 deck, and for good reason. You can scoop up a Pokemon and all cards attached go to the discard pile, but you get all the Pokemon back. Was utilized a lot with the Shady Dealings engine, was used a lot with the Comfy engine, so you can reutilize Comfys time and time again. So that will be pretty tricky. I don't know if the Lost Zone box will be as good as ever, although we still have access to a new Stadium card allowing you to have a 0 retreat with your Comfys. We also are losing Air Balloon, a very great tool card, reminiscing of Floatstone, which was like played in a lot of decks. Lucky Egg, it's alright, not a lot of cards that we're going to be missing, to be honest. Telescopic Sight, not a lot of sniping is around, seeing as Manaphy is almost in every single deck. Hyper Potion was used a lot with, of course, Arceus builds that are also playing double turbo energy. So Arceus Duraludon utilized Hyper Potion, Arceus Goodra used Hyper Potion. So Hyper Potion was able to heal off a lot of damage. Yellowhorn was a great tech card for specific decks like the Regis to have an answer against Ice Cube. So that also gets rotated, and I love playing the Yellowhorn, which was awesome. Pokegear gets rotated. Ordinary Rod was not that ordinary because it was actually better than Super Rod before it actually got released. And that Ordinary Rod will, we're gonna have to say goodbye. We need some recovery. We still have Clara, I suppose, but Ordinary Rod was way better as it was an item card. Mew VMAX might miss Rotom Phone, but it still has Trekking Shoes, it still has Crematic, so who cares about that. Metal Saucer gets rotated, even though I didn't see a lot of decks playing Metal Saucer. The only last time I saw Metal Saucer was in the Turbo Dialga VSTAR deck, and that was not even a tier 1 deck. Cape of Toughness, a huge card that saw play in a whole different array of decks. Definitely in control with the Mill Tank to make yourself a little bit more tanky. Capacious Bucket. What will the water decks do now that they can no longer search out water energies? They could be playing more basic energies in their list, but that makes their list a little bit more clunky. Tool Scrapper gets rotated, but we still have access to the Lost Vacuum, so yeah, the most impactful cards: Quick Ball, Evolution Incense, Air Balloon, and Scoop Up Net, in my opinion. And then I also noted down that we also have special energies and stadiums that will get rotated. For the stadiums, we have Galar Mine, which was a way that decks like Control could trap Pokemon in the active slot. Rose Tower was a great stadium card that was utilized in some decks like Mew VMAX early on. There's Training Court, a way to get back basic energies from the discard pile, like the very similar to Viridian Forest way before it. And then Glimwood Tangle, if you have like that rogue deck that requires on coin flips, also gets rotated out. Had a lot of synergy with like the Radiant Jirachi, by the way. And then a whole heap of special energies. Aurora Energy, this is going to kill off stuff like Regigigas. It's going to kill off stuff like Luiga VSTAR. These special energies are huge. Aurora Energy counts as every basic energy altogether, actually every type of energy, but only requires one, so very great card. Capture Energy, one of the best energies we've seen in a long time. Having an attachment of the turn as well as getting a Pokemon out of the deck, definitely in a format where the first turn supporter rule is still active. Yeah, that's a very great energy. Now we're going to be missing Speed Lightning Energy, Horror Psychic Energy, Twin Energy, Heat Fire Energy, Hiding Dark Energy, most crazy powerful Cars Energy. This will nerf Lugia so much. This will nerf Regigigas so much. This will even nerf specific decks that require these energies so hard, like Stone Fighting Energy, Coding Energy, Aromatic Grass, and these are not that popular. Wash Water Energy, like the bread and butter for Ice Cube to win against Lost Stone Box. All of these special energies get rotated, and we're going to be left with the battle styles on format, if I'm not mistaken. They could also decide to rotate more sets, but I think they will follow the Japanese example and only rotate the D block. So lots of special energies get rotated, which is so sad to see. A lot of engines like the Inteleon engine get rotated out. So this is the run through of all the cards, most impactful cards that we're going to be losing in rotation coming. Probably with the introduction of the Scarlet and Violet set. Let me know in the comment section which card you're going to be missing the most. I'll probably miss Crobat the most, as well as the special energy since the Regi deck is now completely dead. Oh, so sad to see. So let me know in the comments your thoughts down below, and go check out our sponsors, PokemonStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. You can use the coupon code ZapDosTCG for 5% off. There's cardmarket.com for European players. You can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Use their referral name ZapDosTCG. There's Dragon Shield for people from the US as well as Europe. There's links down below to buy sleeves, binders, and deck boxes, the best brand to protect your cards. And last but not least, your playmat gets you covered if you want to create your own custom playmat. That's right, upload your favorite wallpaper or your own unique logo. They turn it into a beautiful playmat, and you can get a playmat today with 10% off by clicking the link down below. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you guys tomorrow for more Pokemon TCG epicness. Rest in peace, all these beautiful cards. And we're going to be playing with, of course, the new standard format as soon as they get rotated out. So I'll see you guys sooner rather than later. Have a fantastic day. Peace.